Number 14. This one is sort of the grandfather of all problems. This one incorporates geometry, algebra, everything in between. It is a good question, but it's a hard one. It's dealing with the concept of inequality, and it has to be shaded somewhere. I'm assuming because I can't see on mine, but it has to be over here or this won't work. So, this goes back to that problem a minute ago that we were looking at with the regions. When you have an inequality, you're dealing with a region of solutions, not just a specific one, because there's a whole range of things that it could be. So we're focusing on this yellow region, or we will be ultimately. It says which inequality is graphed on the coordinate plane. Now, students are going to jump to the conclusion that that line is an inequality, that this is an inequality, and it's not. This is a graph of a line. It's a linear equation. So it's important for them to realize that the inequality is the yellow part, not the pink part. The pink part is a line that will have an equation. And then we're looking at anything over there to the right of that line. So, first thing I need to do though is find the equation of that pink line. We've got to be able to know what that line is because it's the boundary of this region. So let's start there. And your student will have to know the general formula for an equation that is y equals mx plus b. So they have to know slope-intercept form. B is the y-intercept in this form. And that simply means where does this pink line cross or intersect the y-axis. So here's the y-axis, and I have to come all the way down to here to get the intersection of those two. That is at -3. So the y-intercept is at -3, right here. The point that corresponds to that is 0, -3. And I'm using just the -3 as my value for b. Okay, I need to pick another point on this line, the pink line, so that I can find the slope. And I'm going to pick this one right here. I like one that intersects exactly. So I'm going to go over 2 and up 1, and so that will be my other point. You can use any point that is literally lying on that pink line. It has to be on the line for it to work. So then I can do the slope formula, which is slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1, rise, over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. They taught me rise over run. I always taught my students to label the points. So I'm going to call this one x1, and this will be x2, and this is y1 and y2. That just made it a little bit easier to substitute. You don't have to do that. Some students can do this mentally. They don't even need to do this formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we end up with 4 over 2, or 2. Positive 2 is my slope. So I bring that back over here for m. And if I were teaching students, I would color code this. I would say here is where we found the slope. Help them compartmentalize all this stuff before they try to put it together. Here was the y-intercept. don't want to use that one because that's too easy. I'll use purple for a y-intercept. Okay. So we still don't have an equation, but we almost do, because we just need to come right here and write it out. So y equals 2x minus 3. That is the pink line. And we're 95% done. Once you get that equation, you've got it. I'm going to bring that equation down. Let me just copy it and pull it right down here. Okay. I can eliminate a and b because I'm looking for 2x minus 3. So I'm going to get rid of a and b. So if I had to guess, I can guess right here. Looking at this line, now this is where it's very tricky. Here's what I would do. Wait, let me think. What would I do? I would ask this question, and then I'll show you another way. Where is y equals 2x minus 3? That's the pink line. Compared to the yellow region. So I would literally ask my students that question. Where is the pink line compared to the yellow region? And hopefully they would say the pink line is to the left of the yellow region. If you can get them to say that, you can go to the next step. Okay, if the pink line is to the left of the yellow region, I can eliminate C, because C is saying that it's to the right of the yellow region. We want something facing left. We want to get them to grasp the concept that the pink line is on the left side of the yellow region. The next question is this. Can the yellow region cover the pink line? And I would even go as far as to say, imagine that the yellow is some water. I should have drawn it in blue. And that water is being held back behind this pink dam. The dam is holding the water back. So no, the yellow can't cover the pink line. It can go up to it, but it can't cross it. It can't go beyond it. And so that eliminates the equal sign. So the answer you want is E. And what a question. A student that can do that without any trouble is ready for second year college, I would say, in math. I didn't do these problems until pretty advanced, so it's a good one, but it is not an easy one. I would tell them, if nothing else, I would help them see that the pink line is on the left side of the yellow, so pick something that's pointing left. And that would narrow it down to B or E. So they could even get a 50-50 shot as long as it's pointing to the left. Oh no, D is also pointing left. So you could narrow it down to 3 that way.